She still can't even stand.
She's so wobbly.
Zhang Weili is furious.
She's upset. But 100%.
Oh, happy Labor Day weekend, everyone. Welcome into a brand new edition of Axe Kick Picks, episode 134. Today is September 1st, 2024, presented by Viva Tequila. A little more on them in just a little. But, Joe, how was your weekend, kid?
Good, man. Hey, September 1st. You know what that means? We're at the back end of the year, and that's where stuff starts getting interesting, both in, other sports and also in our home in combat sports as well.
Absolutely. Got a great show for everyone today. We'll recap. We did have some action over the weekend, a little WWE action in the middle of the afternoon over there in Berlin, Germany. It was scenes over there. I mean, every time they go over there, it's just electric, the crowd. We'll talk about that. Got a big boxing fight in the middle of the weekend away, taking on TJ Doheny. So we got that. We got Dana White Contender Series as well for Tuesday night, week 4. So, Joe, let's get into it. We both go 4-1. It was a really good night. I guess we could start with, the most it was the least entertaining.
Was it the opening match?
No, I actually thought I loved the Cody and granted,
right.
I loved it because you called it. Kevin Owens kind of turned into the heel, telling people to shut up. It was actually really good. I actually like Kevin Owens as the heel. I graded it like a B+. I love the match. And we knew they weren't going to take the belt off of
these guys. Yeah.
Anything
100%.
there?
No, I agree with you. I thought it was that. He didn't actually turn. He didn't make the full turn, but
not yet.
You could tell there's something brewing in there, So I wonder what they're going to decide to do with Kevin Owens, if maybe he can lead a faction. We have yet to see him. The only thing he's done is when he was kind of heel with Sammy back in the day. So I don't know. It seems that if you do turn heel, you somewhat get a little bit of a stable going to ride with you.
Yeah, 100%. And the next match is the one that I kind of fell flat on its face. It was the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. We knew Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, they are machines. And it just fell flat on its face, I felt like. I didn't think it was entertaining. I didn't think the crowd was kind of into it either. But that was my only concern. I gave it a C. That was the one match I really didn't like.
Yeah, I agree. And, they got to give these women some good matches going forward, or some good storylines, so that they can start building their namesake, and we can actually get a future champion out of Jade Cargill. Because if we continue at this rate, not only will we lose sight of who she is, but I think as a whole in the women's tag team division, I would hate to see a title get eliminated again. So let's build some tag teams, let's build some storylines, and let's get it going.
Yeah, and the strap match next. I mean, that was scenes. I love that match between Punk and McIntyre. Punk, even the series out, I think it's going to continue the rivalry now. Drew McIntyre had his moment, and then when he took the bracelet off of him, ooh, chills.
Yeah.
It was like,
no
what
more
a
annoying
moment.
bracelet. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Any thoughts on Punk winning?
Well, yeah, the fact that he was the one to introduce the strap. You got to keep this rivalry going between the two of them. I mean, I feel like, they're neck and neck right now between the two. Yeah. And I think coming out of, something like this type of storyline, I mean, we've seen it before. Drew McIntyre just gave up the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. So, I mean, it seems that these guys are right there in terms of the title picture.
100%. And then the co-main event I thought was fantastic between Liv, Dominic, and then
might as well be Liv Mysterio.
Yeah, literally at this point. I mean, even the Judgment Day, they came in, they did everything they could, but here comes and you called it perfectly, man. Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, and oh man, Rhea Ripley, she's mommy. I'll tell you that.
That's for forever will be mommy. And yeah, just two dominant wrestlers. The Terror Twins they are, and even the whole faction of the Judgment Day, though they turn their backs on them. It's like they're no match, I think I could see these two becoming very dominant in their respective, weight classes. Damian Priest could, find his way back to a title, but I see him being also like a big player in like the mid card.
It always felt like Rhea Ripley was kind of distracted too, of everything, of the Judgment Day coming out, Liv coming out, and, fucking around with Damian Priest a little bit as well. Can you see a little feud going on and continuing with just them two, with Liv and Rhea Ripley?
Yeah, they could. Yeah, that's what I mean. They can
Yeah.
basically. I think they still have to squash up this beef a little more. So I
Mhm.
still think there's some writing to do for the storyline. But yeah, Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan can go on and fight for the title, and then you got Dominic Mysterio just being a thorn in the side for a lot of people throughout the whole roster. And then Damian Priest, like I said, if they don't want to push him up to top card, he could definitely be a player in the mid card.
Yeah, she got her revenge, and it was a dramatic fight, and I thought the crowd ate it up as well. I love it. And then the main event, we had Gunther defending his belt against the Viper, and we were texting while it was going on, and if it was like real sports, you and I probably would have bet live on Randy Orton because he had the momentum the whole match. But here comes Gunther. He winds up winning and retaining in his home.
Yeah, Randy was beating him up. He kept clearing up the 10 count so that he wouldn't, win by count out, and he would win the match, but not be able to qualify for the title. So he kept playing that game and just was beating up Gunther just to, prove where Randy Orton still is in his career. He's still, you said it, the Viper. So he's a threat no matter who it is. And the fact that you said it, the fact that Gunther came out victorious over Randy Orton just proves his worth and his merit and where he is as a champion. And I mean, that's what we said. The company is going to strap these rockets to both Cody Rhodes and Gunther and shoot off into space with them because these are the guys.
Yeah, it all started with when I think Gunther, he turned the table when he swapped the RKO into a German suplex, followed by a drop kick and a rope slash. He was bugging out at the end, but
and all the sleeper holds, man,
yeah,
put him out.
He put him out. He put him to sleep eventually, submitted him via submission at plus 20,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
But
where's our prop bets?
Yeah, literally. I thought it was a solid match, though. He's a babyface champion, and I love him. I think Gunther's the future. That was word for word, verbatim is what I texted you. I think Gunther is the future. I think he's a great champ.
Yeah, I agree. And I might, the only where I might disagree is him being like baby face. I don't think he's baby face as much as Cody Rhodes is. Cody Rhodes is all the way baby face.
Oh, yeah.
Gunther may be kind of like, I think he's face, but he may be like anti-hero. You know what I mean? Where I think he still does a little bad to get the good, but the people understand his greatness and respect him that much. You know what I mean? So I think he's teetering on edge right now. Ludwig Kaiser introduces him. He takes the mic away from Stephanie. So I mean, it was funny to see all that go down.
Yeah, and it was an automatic. The crowd was amazing. I thought every time they go to Europe, it's just scenes, the crowd. And you even saw in the beginning, Randy Orton was laughing. He was like, dude, this is amazing. We got to go back here more. They're on a little hiatus now for September. No pay-per-view, but in the beginning, they come back to the States and they're bringing back Bad Blood in October.
It's for
5th.
NXT though, right?
No, it's for the WWE Bad Blood. Next NXT is tonight, actually, in Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado. No Mercy tonight. No Mercy for NXT.
Wow. NXT's got all the old pay-per-views getting thrown their way.
They have Halloween Havoc. They have
that's old. That's a throwback to WCW right there.
I mean, the next three before we get to Christmas is Bad Blood in October in Georgia. We got the Crown Jewel in November. That's in Saudi Arabia for Rehouse season. And then we got War Games Survivor Series November in British Columbia, Vancouver, baby. Oh, Canada. Yeah. So it's amazing. We're locked and loaded, kid. But before we get to our boxing plays and Dana White Contender Series, a quick word from our sponsor. We are brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. It is no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV, Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We favor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives. Whether it's Huckleberry playing around a golf with the boys or a new flavor, coconut watching Inoue defend his belt, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with the Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at Axe Kick Picks and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, kid, let's get on over to Tokyo, where Nano Inoue will be taking on TJ Doheny. Yes, thank you. It's in the morning though. It's on Tuesday in the Arcadi Arena in Tokyo, Tuesday, September 3rd. It's a 12-round bout for his undisputed super bantamweight title. Gonna go on early in the morning. Joe Inoue 27-0, TJ 26-4. Yes, 20 knockouts. I don't think this is one of the cans that he usually versus, but definitely the odds indicate that, Inoue should win. He's he's 50-1, or he's 5,000-1. TJ is 16-1 underdog. So any value you see or any value you could try to get with Inoue.
Man, obviously it's going to take place early in the morning for us, but they're going to be on at a normal evening time. But yes, it will be in the middle of the week. The same day as Dana White Contender Series, which we'll get into next. And this card that's taking place in Tokyo, it's a card that's filled with titles, man, title defenses here. It starts out with interim champ Ismael Barroso. He's defending the interim WBA super lightweight title. I just wanted to mention these titles real quick. Defending champ Toshiki Siomaki, Japanese super bantamweight title. He's defending that one. Jin Sasaki, OPBF. Have you ever heard of those titles? Of course,
Never.
the WBO Asia Pacific welterweight title will be on defense here, and then the WBO World Bantamweight title by Yoshiki Takei will also be in defense this weekend. And like we said, it's all culminating in the main event for Naoya Inoue, man, the monster. And I would see foolish to fade this man in any spot going forward because he's just too technically prowess. He's got the power to back it as well, and he hunts for the body. I think that's a recipe for disaster if you're his opponent because you don't know where to go. You don't know what angles to cut or where to cover up in your shell. If it's to the body, he's going to go to the head. And if it's to the head, he's going to eat up the body. And he's putting a lot of people out with liver shots and with knockout blows. And, TJ Doheny is no slouch. His nickname's The Power. As you said, he's got a lot of knockouts, but he has gone to decision a bunch of times. You get that with the lighter weight guys. But 37 years of age, I think he's also going to be a little undersized too. Naoya moving up is going to be a bigger guy. That just shows how good he was at cutting weight and cutting down to the low weight classes. It just proves how special of a talent he is, man. I got to go with the monster here, man. Naoya Inoue is the bet. All respect to TJ Doheny for stepping in here and going all the way to Tokyo, Japan to face him in his own backyard, but you got to take him by KO TKO. I think he's going to get him out of there within the rounds. It's favored so much so it's minus 1,000 for him to get the knockout. So not much value there. You might have to go find the knockout within the first 3 rounds or from rounds 4 to 6 or from round 7 to, how that goes. So you have to find a sweet spot for the props. I don't think there's much laid out just yet, but there should be between today and tomorrow. I mean, they have to get him out there if they're going to have this event on Tuesday. So yeah, I'm definitely riding with the monster. Give me Naoya Inoue from here on out. I'll be honest with you. I don't think I'm fading this man.
Yeah, I can't either. Not here. He's coming off 2 wins in a row. Taples and Luis Nery. Well, Nery actually had a kind of success. He was able to get Inoue off of his feet for a moment, and then the champ came back. I don't know, kid. There's just no way to back Inoue that has value, in my opinion. I like him. I think, even like you said, to get the knockout, minus 1,000. I like the over 4.5 rounds, though.
Yeah.
It's at plus money. I do think TJ is tough enough. He has some tools in his bag. If the jab isn't working against him, I think TJ can have some success in the earlier rounds to try to get to the 5th and 6th in the later half of the fight. So, he is getting up there. He's 37 years old. And I think, we always say this, he has a puncher's chance. But even then, we've seen the monster, quote unquote, absorb direct hits, and I don't think he's coming back from Inoue later in the fight. I think Inoue starts to pick him off later in the fight. So I'm going to take Inoue to win in round 6 at plus 100 to 1.
You're giving yourself no breathing room, just that one round.
Yeah, so
he has to get him out of there in the 6th.
Yeah, Inoue to win in round 6 at plus 700, and I'm taking the over 4.5 rounds at plus money as well.
I like that.
Yeah, I think he just has too many tools in his weapon, in his tool bag to lose, strength, durability. I guess the only question is, is the explosiveness, the speed, the skill, and whatnot. So
yeah, Doheny's no slouch. He's definitely going to come to fight. A guy fighting in professional boxing at his age, you fear old men in a young man's game, and that's exactly how you describe him because he's on a 3-fight knockout streak, but Nia Inoue is on an 8-fight knockout streak, looking to make it 9 in a row. So it's not just a win streak that he has, an undefeated record. He's also finishing all his opponents consecutively. This dude is just on another level. So I like that over 4.5. I think Nia Inoue, and you see it with the lower weight classes, finishes tend to happen a little later. If you got plus money for over 4 rounds, 4.5, you said?
Yeah, 4.5.
I would take that because I do see a finish late. It may not happen in the 6th, but I do hope it happens for your ticket.
Yeah, word.
I do see it happening later in the fight, and anytime after the 6th or after, man, he could absolutely get put out.
Yeah, I think both of them obviously have the experience over 25 professional fights. And I just think at age 37 for TJ, he's getting up there. I think earlier in the fight, he'll be able to withstand some of the power and the speed of Inoue. But after that, sustaining blow after blow, I think he's going to put him away. So, yeah, I'm taking Inoue to win in round 6 at plus 700. I also like the over as well. Kid, any other? I know you mentioned some of the fights on the undercard and other fights on the card. Any opinion or anything? I guess you're going to be watching, or nah, you're not going to touch it.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to be entertained on a Tuesday night. We're going to have some fights. In the middle of the week. I bet majority of us know a little more about Ismael Barroso than most everyone on the card. But I don't know. You got a couple undefeated guys. You know what I mean? I'd like to see maybe the 2 Japanese guys in the Japanese super bantamweight title, because who knows if maybe with their records, if they can continue getting some win streaks, maybe they can challenge for higher ranked guys. But yeah, honestly, if you're not too aware of them, you would definitely have some entertainment value by watching these fights and learning about their fighting style and who they are. But yeah, obviously all eyes are going to be on the main event.
100%. Yeah, that takes place Tuesday. It's actually on UFC and ESPN and ESPN Plus. So make sure to go check that out.
Top rank, right?
Yeah, top rank. And I think you mentioned in the night. I think it's in the morning because they're like 13 hours or 14 hours ahead. So it'd be morning for us, night for them. Yeah,
exactly. And if it is the morning for them, it's probably like 12 in the morning.
Yeah, literally. Let's go to Dana White Contender Series, kid. 5 fights, week 4. Kind of been up and down. It's been chalky for the first 3 weeks. How are we seeing week 4 planning out?
Yeah, I like this card a little bit. I'll be honest with you. I looked into the footage and a lot of the game plans, and I do see a little bit of an issue with the underdogs here. I was trying to get them the bark, but I just I don't see as many as I wanted to going into, what are we, week 4 now? So we'll obviously have picks for every fight, and I'll get you started into the first one of the evening. So in the lightweight division, I think we say Quillan Salkeld. He's a Australian New Zealander. Dude's got very quick strikes against Gage Young, and Gage Young definitely resorts to his grappling. And I mean, if you look at his prior fight, Gage Young, he fought a dude who stepped in on last minute notice and honestly was dropping him with strikes. And I like Salkeld with his fast strikes. I think that he can catch Gage Young. I wanted to get Gage Young with the plus 165, but I got to take Quillan Salkeld here at minus 200 because I just think he seemed to be a little more technical of a stand-up fighter, and it felt like he could hold his own when it comes to grappling exchanges. So dogs ain't barking yet, so I got to go with another favorite here in week 4 of the Dana White Contender Series.
Minus 192.
Okay.
The best odds.
Like that. Okay. So yeah, I wonder if any props will drop, just as we spoke about in the boxing, if maybe by the end of today, say tomorrow, we get something that we can get a little better odds.
Yeah, no under over rounds, no TK or submission, nothing yet. But yeah, we're about a day or 2 away.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's move to the women's flyweight division. I think this is our first women's matchup at Dana White Contender.
I love it.
Yeah, I love the
equality.
Yeah, Eunice Dubin is plus 350. She's taking on the MMA Barbie Shannon Clark at minus 500. I looked at the MMA Barbie's past, and I see why she's favorited here. She has some good finishes on her record for women. That says a lot. But I look at the level of competition that she's fought, and it's not up to par into what I would like to see if you stepping into the UFC here. I know you could say the same for Dubin, but Dubin has had a plethora of finishes, both on the feet and on the ground. So it seems that she has a more open game. Man, for the women's fight, how closely contested it could be. And sometimes the least expected things happen. A lot of people want the MMA Barbie of the UFC, but I don't think she's going to get it this time around. Give me the dog here. I see value in the women's fights. You know how they can be neck and neck and how closely competitive they can be. I think a lot of people are underestimating Dubin here. I like the plus 350 value. Give me it in this second fight of Dana White Contender
Plus
Series.
380, I see as well. So
wow. Yeah, it's what I said. It's about all the casual. A lot of people taking Shannon Clark here. They like the nickname. They like where she's coming from. I think it's Cage Warriors. But, man, don't doubt these, Latin American fighters that, come from nothing and have all the passion and heart and want the will to make it to the UFC. So I think Dubin can channel that and wound up victorious in any which way. So, plus 350.
The scariest thing fighting is someone who has nothing to
lose. That's right, man. So let's move on to the featherweight division. Austin Bashi, he's a heavy favorite. He was favored going in when he was supposed to take on Tommy McMillan. But Tommy McMillan stepped out, and here comes Dorian Ramos, who is also a dog at plus 380. I looked at Dorian Ramos. Man, I was fearful for Austin Bashi if he was going to take Tommy McMillan. I think as a dog spot, Tommy McMillan had hands, and I saw Austin Bashi struggle on the stand-up, but his grappling is really effective. Dorian Ramos, very sloppy on the feet. I saw him get caught a couple times, and I just think Bashi's going to find a way to victory. So he's minus 500. We're probably going to have to get a prop bet. My fear is that if he wins without a finish, that the UFC won't sign him. Dana White won't give him a contract. So I think my prop bet would be Austin Bashi via decision. Hopefully it's a dominant one so that he has a shot to make it. But it seems, as you said in the past, you need a finish to make it to the UFC.
Finish them, boys.
That's right. Man, in the middleweight division here, co-main event, we got another Cage Warrior alumni, Will Curry. Drago, big favorite, great grappler here. Minus 395. He's taking on DeJordan Santos plus 310. And DeJordan Santos, looking at him, you think he would be like, a big Brazilian coming in bigger than Will Curry. No, Will Curry's outsized him. He's going to have the better grappling, even though, Brazilian normally have great jiu-jitsu in their back pocket. But Will Curry, I think his jiu-jitsu is going to be more educated here. I think he can stand up and hold his own there. I know he's fallen short. Will Curry, he fought someone in Cage Warriors where he didn't look too good. He got beat up on the feet, and I don't blame him because it was Christian Leroy Duncan, and we all know how good Christian Leroy Duncan is.
CLD, baby.
Exactly. So Will Curry has fought high-level fighters before, and so I think he'll be comfortable in a fight like this in the co-main event slot. I got to take another favorite, Will Curry, minus 395, but I go back to another prop bet. If you see it, I take him with a submission victory against the Brazilian guy. I don't know if he has a black belt yet, but DeJordan Santos, better striker, probably a more Muay Thai guy than a jiu-jitsu guy. So let's move to the main event, and it'll take place in the welterweight division. Igor Cavalcante is minus 275, taking down Seok Hoon Ko at plus 250. And a lot of people are looking at Igor Cavalcante, another Brazilian, wings those punches out there, very dangerous and explosive. But I think there's a little bit of sloppiness in there. And, man, Seok Hoon Ko, he's very attentive. He's very educated. He throws straight shots. And I feel like if Igor Cavalcante can't bring this to the mat, he's going to start winging punches. He may gas himself out. And if Hyun can stay out of the danger zones, I think these straight punches will land. So I got a dog for you guys. I got one dog in the women's flyweights. I'm going to take the South Korean, Seok Hoon Ko, at plus 250 in the main event here. The incredible one. I think he could surprise a lot of us with, like I said, maybe straight punches to a finish. Look at his resume, a lot of first-round knockouts. And if Igor exposes himself, it may happen again. So give me the South Korean at plus 250. I got two dogs barking for Dana White Contender Series week 4.
Hey, hopefully those are the dogs that will be barking, kid. Main event, I love it. Plus 250 over at DK. Shop around. There's other 250s out there. But, yeah, kid, love it. 2 dogs, 3 favorites. Let's hopefully go 5-0 this weekend.
Yeah.
I love it. No news. Nothing happened over the weekend in MMA, boxing. Nothing happened. 10 seconds left. I know you won, right? Over the weekend.
Yes, we made it 3 weeks in a row. Another dog in 10 seconds left. And, we got Aries FC this week on Thursday. But as much as I think it's Killmaker, he's like a really good clink maker or something like that. He's a really good grappler. I would favor my grappler. but no odds are posted. No, I didn't pick a play for this week for 10 seconds left, but I will have one for Friday's episode. So everyone locked in because we're hot in 10 seconds left.
100%. And yeah, I was telling Joe, don't force anything. We're hot right now, especially in the recap episodes over the weekend. There's not a lot of touch in the middle of the week. So, and we wanted to dedicate the NOA fight to its own segment as well. We could have obviously just done that for the 10 seconds left, but we want to give the I don't want to say pound for pound yet. We'll see on Tuesday what happens.
Hey, arguable of those top three guys.
Top three.
Bud, and in a way, arguable.
I got to give it to my boy Bud, though, right now.
Yeah. And people will be saying Usyk as well. So, I mean, that's
it's all recent biasy, because
in a way, I'll say he's number one.
and after Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to sit here, or I guess Friday. We'll sit
He's
here.
really number one.
That's exactly what will happen. But yeah, so 3 weeks in a row, we'll make it 4. We'll make it a whole month. Yes. On Friday, we got a big show. We're back at the Apex as well. UFC is back and better than ever. Joe, college football kicked me in the fucking ass. Mountaineers did not do so well. Coastal Carolina
surprised a lot of us now.
Yeah, they fucked up Rich Rodriguez in Jacksonville State, kid. But catch any games? Clemson got ramped.
Man, I was like, I told you I was going to be hyped to watch that one. And, bro, they got smacked. Them dogs were barking. Talking about dogs barking. Yeah. And honestly, I enjoyed the late night game last night. Notre Dame getting a win over SEC team in the first time in like how many years? That was impressive to see. It was a good game.
Yeah, very good game. I was rooting for the Aggies, but going into a hostile environment on the road week 1 and getting a big win.
And that's why we love Coach Corso. Lee Corso is the greatest.
Yeah, he's crazy. He was the only one to pick him. Him and Shane Gillis. Shout out to Shane Gillis.
Shout out.
But any last words before we get up out of here, kid? We'll see you on Friday, though.
Yeah, just have a safe week. Like I said, we'll have Aries FC. I think it's 22 take place on Thursday evening. So, we got some Tuesday night fights between boxing and Dana White Contender Series. Thursday night. We don't have no football Thursday, do we?
No, yeah, we do. It's the start of the NFL.
All right, so you got some fights and some football. I mean, honestly,
and Friday night is in Brazil. Remember,
Eagles, right?
Eagles,
and Packers.
The Battle of the Green.
I'm hyped, man.
Oh, I'm through the roof. But thank you so much, Joe. Football is back. UFC will never go away.
Nope.
But that's going to do it for this Sunday edition of Axe Cake Picks. Everyone, good luck this weekend. God bless. And let's go, baby.